Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, Sony just let out the PlayStation conference, releasing the new, as I thought it was going to be, PlayStation 4. Obviously, that code name Orbis was just the code name, just like every other system. Like Durango is the code name for the next Xbox, whatever it's going to be called. I'm going to talk to you about my impressions, what the future holds for PlayStation 4, and just my predictions on different things and different subjects. First thing is I'm very, very, very impressed with what was going on. There's a few things that I didn't really see why it was in the conference, but I guess obviously they want to target different types of audiences, which is okay. The spec sheet just got leaked out. It's pretty impressive. Um, it has a Jaguar 8-core system and shoots. They didn't talk about any of the what the gigahertz each core is gonna shoot. GPU is a 1.84 T-flops GPU, the next generation Radeon graphics card. So obviously we don't really know what that's gonna be, but obviously it's gonna be. They're saying it's gonna be a fast, very enhanced graphics card that's gonna be able to play um, like PC graphics. That's what's out right now. But the biggest thing that really, really shocked me is going to have a 8 GB GDDR5 memory that allows developers to create um, bigger and more broad content, like bigger, bigger open worlds, more features into their video games, allowing them to add just different compatibility with like touchpad and more menus and they can make the game bigger and better and sell more of the games. So it has USB 3.0 on it. It has Blu-ray 6 times Blu-ray discs, HDMI analog. I'm obviously reading it right here. And then they didn't show you the console. They just showed you the DualShock 4 controller, which some people on NeoGAF were not liking it very much, but I had no problem with it. I think that it is a upgraded DualShock 3 controller with move enhancements. The only thing that seemed kind of odd to me is because when they showed the prototype, they had a different D-pad on there, and they changed it to the older one for some reason, which is not all in one. It's each physical key is the up, down, left, right is all separate. Which obviously for fighter games, it's which they use that all the time. They want one that's going to pivot up and down, left and right. But I don't really play fighter games, so I can care less. But I thought the controller was perfectly fine. It had indents for fingers for the analog the controller. It had a better R1 R2 triggers, which was pretty cool. The touchpad looked pretty cool too. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna use for that, and how well it's gonna work. So we'll find out. Let's talk about video games. What was really great was that they talked about mostly video games, which basically what made me so excited for the conference. I was actually at work, and I sat at work. Um, at my break, I thought the conference was only going to be an hour, and I took my hour break then, and then I kind of like extended the break, and I'm like sitting um, at our little table, our mobile table. I work for Tiger Direct, and I was at the mobile table, and I'm like kind of sitting down there watching it. It was a slow day, so we weren't really that busy. So yeah, I didn't. It was a really long conference, but it made up for it. They showed mostly video games. It's gonna take time. You're gonna show the people that are most important that's going to innovate this console and what it matters. I mean, if you make it a 30-minute or 45-minute conference talking about the controller and maybe a few, maybe one IP and a few things, less people are going to be interested in it. So let me talk to you about my impressions on in the future, what these futures are going to be, and how I think that they're amazing. Um, First thing is like I talked about previously, is the being able to stream your games over Ustream and Facebook, and that was pretty awesome. That alone really got me excited. And also being able to use a share button to share your clips of gameplay to your Facebook, or put it to maybe YouTube. They not show YouTube, but I have a feeling, obviously people are gonna be able to put it on your YouTube channel. Um, and then another thing is spectating, being able to go into your friend's game and seeing what they're doing. Like LOL does it. There's a lot of other games where you can spectate your friend's video games. That was really cool. In the future of this, people will be able to play a video game and might be able to get help on a video game, or being able to see a game that maybe you don't own and you want to be able to see what it looks like and see how your friend plays it and see if maybe you want to buy it. Obviously, it's not going to ruin the gameplay of it. Like me, like if I go on Twitch, I'll watch maybe a bits and pieces of a video game and say, hey, maybe I want to buy that and play it for myself. And that gets me to want to buy the video game. Um, Instead of watching a commercial on TV and going, okay, I don't know if I'm really excited for that or not. Then I gotta do more research on the video game, when I can just watch my friends play the actual game right on the system and not even leave my system. What I thought was really cool was the pause and then going back into the game. That was really cool, like how the Vita does it. Where you'd be able to pause your game, go do whatever you want, come back into the game, uh, giving it less load times, which is obviously a big thing in PlayStation 3, the last generation. Um, what else did they talk about? They talked about a bunch of video games. A few things that I didn't really like very much. Square Enix, they showed a 10-month-old tech demo. I was like, why? This was a very old tech demo that's been out like earlier last year before E3, and they didn't show any new games. All he did is say that E3, we'll have a new Final Fantasy game at E3. I'm kind of like, why did you guys even go on there? And the driving game, Driver Club, I don't play driving games, so it's just kind of a bore for me. Some people didn't like the media molecule thing with the move controller. I thought it was kind of animated a little bit. It showed you be able to sculpt and innovate through the move controller. It's something that obviously the move controller needs. It needs innovation. It needs to be able to progress in video games. You can't just have sorcery and you know Wii-based games on the move. Just trying to compete with the Wii. The Wii's done and over with. We're on a different type of generation, so we need to enhance. We need to be able to do more things with it. And speaking of the move controller, they talked about the specs of the PlayStation 4i controller, or the dual eye thing that they showed. It says it'd be able to do 60 frames per second of 1280 by 800 pixels, 640 by 400 pixels of 120 frames per second, 320 by 119 pixels at 200 frames per second. His dual lens, the field of view is 85 degrees. Has a 4-channel microphone array. The PlayStation 4 dedicated connector. It looked pretty cool. This is really going to compete against the Kinect and what the Kinect can do. So, I mean, we'll see. obviously see what's gonna happen for PlayStation 4. It makes me really excited for what's to come. And some people are like, oh, why didn't they give us a price, and why didn't they show us the console? And if they just take everything and they throw everything at you at once, and then E3 comes, you're gonna start complaining that you were bored. You know, they need to leave information out for you. You gotta be able to get excited for the console, and that's a way for you to want to buy it. E3, they're gonna show you what the console looks like. They might announce a price, maybe. They might announce a release date, maybe. And they'll show more games and be able to play the games at E3. So I'm fine with waiting. I know the console is gonna come out before Christmas. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna buy it day one. If the console costs over $550, I don't know because that's a little steep. If I have a feeling that it's gonna cost between $430 and up. Um, that's the lower model. I think it's gonna be between 430 and 530. Like I think those are gonna be like the two dedicated, models. Um, they said there's gonna be a hard drive in the system as well. Um, what else did they show? They showed Watch Dogs, which I thought was really cool. They talked about Destiny, which I pre-ordered, which I'm gonna push the pre-order to PlayStation 4. That's about it. Give me your description. Tell me in the comments below what your favorite part was about the presentation, the conference, PlayStation 4. Tell me if you're excited for it or not. I sure am definitely excited for it. Definitely excited for it. And let's see what Xbox has to show. It's going to be really tough for Xbox. It really is. It's they need to really compete with the streaming thing, and that's a really big future that really turns me on to the system, and it's something that as a gamer really looks towards that because I want to broaden my horizons, be more interactive socially with my friends on the console. And the PlayStation 3 definitely lacked. It definitely lacked that. It lacked that social aspect. And now that they're going to be bringing more social aspect, like the Wii U. And speaking of the Wii U, they talked a little bit about cloud gaming and being able to stream everything everywhere, was I think their whole slogan. Being able to play all the PlayStation systems all on the PlayStation Vita, and I'm glad I bought the Vita, and I'm glad that they're going to eventually push everything on there. And again, please rate, comment, subscribe, and tell me below. I'll talk to you later.